time for a book review. Make sure you like and subscribe, everybody. It really helps. Alright, welcome to Normal Guy Games, and it is time for another book review. Now, I've got a couple more of these to do, but the thing is, I'm a huge fan of Savage Worlds. And when I saw this particular campaign setting, I had to have it. So this is the Secret Files of Section D. Keeping in mind that this PDF was given to me for free in exchange for the review, I put that out immediately. Now, that's not going to stop me from giving my opinion. That being said, I really have nothing but good things to say about this book. The author, you can tell just by the way that this is written, it's laid out, that he has a passion for role-playing games. And so let's get into it. So the Secret Files of Section D is an espionage role-playing game in a world on the brink of war. So this is a full-on campaign setting for Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, or SWADE. It's set in Britain in the 1930s, and it proves itself, honestly, to be a title worthy of the pulp action RPG moniker. The premise here is that pseudoscience is real, magic, miracles, and aliens are all real, and all kinds of like supernatural tidbits, all of that is completely and totally, it has a place in this game. Now, the setting itself, one quote that stands out for me in the book is, "The game is intended to be a lighthearted and irreverent take on a troubled time in history." So, but let me tell you, it succeeds. What you get is a smattering of rules that kind of cover what options are used exactly like the core book states, and what changes have been made to those rules. Now, it's not enough to make your eyes cross. Everything is tastefully done and pays homage to the original material in Savage Worlds. One thing that kind of stands out to me here, besides hacking being converted to cryptography, if I can go back here, is cliffhanger rules, right? So if you have read or seen any movies or books about, pulp action, pulp fiction, stuff like that, you know that a cliffhanger is a big thing, right? Because at some point there's going to be like an edge of your seat, nail-biting point where the heroes absolutely can't escape. You know they can't escape. It's a must for the genre. You have to have a cliffhanger. So this rule is basically for the GM to set up a scenario that the heroes can't get out of easily, if at all, and then the characters narrate in flashbacks to describe what their characters do to effect a daring escape. But, of course, risk comes with reward here. You get a benefit of some sort for the encounter. Now, moving on here, just to kind of skim over this stuff here, character creation does not change much from the core. Regarding race, everybody is human. Now, this is something, of course, that you could change as a GM. You don't have to necessarily keep everyone just human. I mean, supernatural things exist. Why not? Why not change it? One of the great things about Savage Worlds is you can put just about any race in any setting. So if you want to have, for instance, along with this, if you want to take one of the core races and have like the cat people or halflings or dwarves or even elves, you can do that. Or if you want to make your own race, if you want to make some sort of like hybrid alien, you can do that too. So you do get some new hindrances, which are really good. I like what's been presented here, because all of this to me kind of smacks of pulp. Now, the edges, just to point something out, a couple of things out that are really neat. This edge in particular is really, really cool to me. Now, the author pointed it out as one that that he feels is a standout, and I like it because basically you get a mundane item that you've been carrying around with you for who knows how long, and that piece of gear gives you a bonus to get out of trouble. So you get a +1 bonus, and you describe how the gear works, and you can just keep using it. Now, of course, if you're out of it, like if you take, for instance, like a tobacco tin that's full of ball bearings or something, and you use it all, you can replenish that. It takes a few days to replenish, which is fine. But it's little things like that that really make this game stand out for me. And another one that the author pointed out that I agree with, it's really cool. It's called Magic Laundry. Now, it sounds weird, but if you've ever wanted to have, for instance, a spy like James Bond, right? His suit is always impeccable, right? You can't muss him up. Well, that is kind of covered in this particular edge. You get a bonus to, for instance, persuasion rolls or to thievery to conceal something. You get a bonus to repair the item in question. And to me, I don't know why, but for some reason that I like that edge a lot, because who hasn't wanted to be a suave spy in a nice suit? They could just walk up and just look debonair and dashing, And it's, and once again, if you're in a pulp setting, that's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, one thing to note also, your characters at creation will get the linguist feat for free as well, which is kind of neat. And it covers Morse code, which helps you in cryptography, which, a couple of things playing off of each other. It's really cool. Your heroes are going to start out at the seasoned rank. It goes over gear, money, and a thing called agent archetypes. Your agent archetypes are really kind of cool because what it gives you is a character that you can start with. You can basically take all the stats for this, fill out your character sheet, and then you customize it by taking whatever the finalizing step is. And this is a great way to get new players into a game like this, because you can take these, it's basically a pre-generated character that you get to customize a little bit, right? You take this character, you customize it, you finalize it, you put it all on the sheet, and you're ready to go. And it all it takes is a little bit of just copying down on the sheet. And honestly, being able to start quickly like that is just, it's beautiful. It's really good. And I think that's something that I personally will explore a little more, because I run games at my local game stores a lot. So if you can start a game all the quicker, that's all the better. So there is, and I'm not going to go over everything here. There is a very extensive list, an exhaustive list of equipment that is amazing, right? So you can tell from the size of this equipment section how much work went into this. And I have to take my hat off to the author here, because that a lot of work had to go into this. So moving on to histories and things like that, you can also see that there is a lot of history that went into this. So you've got history and background and events for all of the major players here. It covers the basics for all the countries, and it includes even intelligence reports, fake intelligence reports here for all of the countries as well. That is, it's a resource that you didn't know you needed. Quite honestly, if you're going to be running a game like this, a pulp action alternate history game, that is invaluable. It gives you villains. It gives you all kinds of tools. But here is the thing that I think really, really makes this whole campaign setting, this whole game stand out. You get an amazing tool. And let me just go down to the section I'm referring to, right? You get tables to generate everything, right? So this is missions, for instance. So you start off with a mission objective table. You pull a card and it tells you what you get. You look at the suit and that tells you what kind of threat category it is. And then you move on and you have your landmark, right? This is the major thing that's going to be included, right? And then you go to your mission location table. You pull a card and look, it tells you where the mission goes off. It tells you what area within that within that country. These tables are just incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, it's invaluable, this type of thing, right? So, I mean, even down to, you get item creation rules. Okay, so it gives you item creation rules. It gives you tables for determining, artifacts and things like that. It gives you tables for, even if you see here, right, reactions, okay, for NPCs. It gives you tables for, even if you move on here, right, it gives you tables for going on. So you got all your enemies and things like that. But it gives you tables for just about everything you can name. Okay, so here's a really cool one. This is the one I was looking for. Name generators, right? How many times have you as a GM been sitting at a table and go, okay, this guy's name is Boblin the Goblin. Okay, because you can't think of anything else, right? Or you have it written down, you can't find it. Okay, well, it's easy enough. Draw a card. You have your suit. You have your location. There you go. You have a name. That is something else that, I wouldn't even have thought that I need. Well, there it is. You need it. So the bottom line here, right, is if you are a GM, if you are someone that runs games, if you're someone that loves pulp adventure, if you're someone that loves supernatural, alternate history, any of those things, you need this in your life. You can create a scenario down in minutes, down to the minutia. And it's amazing how much I think about, okay, well, if I had this while running games in a local store, I can literally pull a couple of cards and there you go. I have the mission for the night. It's that easy. And all you have to do is fill in the blanks. In my opinion, and again, this is my opinion, this book is worth the purchase. I love Savage Worlds, and this book absolutely opens up a whole new genre of playing for me. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm kind of gushing a little bit because I really do. I enjoy the way this book is laid out. I enjoy everything about it. The art is amazing. It really does strike a chord with the pulp action genre, and anything pretty much could fit into this. So anyway, pick up the game. Make sure you at least give it a glance, give it a look, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and drop me a line if you want to see more of this. I do have a couple more books to review, and hopefully this is something that everyone enjoys. Thank you very much.